We're here a day early for you.
Yep, exactly. Thanks so much, everybody, for being with us today. We've got a really fun craft project in store, and we're super excited to have you here. If you're not familiar with who we are, I'm Patty. I'm here with Hillary.
Hello, everyone.
And we're the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY, which means we love our pups, and we love crafting all kinds of DIY fun goodness, whether it's home decor or doggy treats or everything in between.
Yeah.
We love doing it. So if you're not familiar with us, please check out our library because we have a huge library.
Yeah, there's a ton of different
fun
projects
things
and all sorts of fun things in there. So
yeah, and especially for the upcoming St. Patrick's Day. So we're dressed in our green, getting ready for the holiday, and we've got a really fun St. Patrick's Day craft today, taking a little bit of a different spin. It's not like in your face kind of shamrocks and leprechauns and all that good stuff. We'll have something like that coming up later.
Yep, stay tuned. We have more.
But this one is a little more subtle, but still very celebratory of the holiday. So it's kind of getting, digging through your craft stash, which anytime we can come up with projects like that, I love, because my craft stash is super huge. And I have a huge ribbon stash in my craft stash as well. So we're going to use a bunch of ribbons today and get whatever backdrop you want. We picked out a heart shape for ours. I got mine at Hobby Lobby. So this was in their Valentine's Day collection. So it's super big. Like you can't even see me behind it. It's very big. And Hillary, I love your size because that's really a nice size heart.
And this one was from Amazon. So you could also find them sometimes at Dollar Tree and things like that. So just kind of poke around at some different ideas. You could also do circles or, anything will work for the backdrop. But these are...
Find a shamrock shape. I love the circle idea too. That would be super cute. But since we love St. Patrick's Day, and my family is part Irish, so we want to celebrate the love of the Irish. We're going to do a little heart shape, and basically you're going to dig through all your ribbons and think about like different textures. So we've got like burlaps and lace and polka dots and all kinds of fun things. So just dig through, find kind of themes of green. You can do different shades of green: dark green, light green, lime green, Kelly green, and then mix of textures. So as I said, like laces and burlaps and velvety ones or anything like that.
And depending on your stash, so Patty has a really nice large ribbon stash. I don't have quite as many ribbons, but I did see they have this from Dollar Tree, little fabric. They also have this really nice plaid from the Dollar Tree as well. And then I also found, so they had, it's a headband from the Dollar Tree.
Cute.
So I grabbed that one just to add a little bit of
I love that idea.
And they have some scarves. So
those are super cute too.
You can really, shop your craft stash, use whatever you have on hand, and you can kind of mix and match ribbons as well as fabrics, as well as you could do papers, all sorts of things.
Right.
So however you want to kind of create this coordinating little backdrop, you can do
and
that.
They don't all have to be greens and whites and creams. Like I threw some blues or kind of blue greens in there too. So I'm going to hold up. We kind of got started ahead of time because it's gluing all of these stripes of ribbons and fabrics. But I want to show you, like, you can layer. So this green ribbon in the background is one large green ribbon, and then I'm putting like this cute little decorative trim or kind of lacy ribbons on top. So this is all about, and then I've got like these little tassel kind of, so this is thinking about not only the colors and the textures, but just the layers as well. So we're building up all kinds of really fun elements, and that will really help with the overall effect when we're all done. But we're just going to keep going. So I started on the bottom. I think you started on the top. Doesn't matter. We're just going to, whichever way you start, when you do it, just keep going in that same direction and then fill everything out.
And you'll kind of want to lay it out a little bit. So you'll see I have a lot of my sort of larger or fabric pieces that are going to be placed down. And then I have some of these smaller ribbons that will then be layered on top afterwards.
Right. So you just lay out your design first. So like I've got this large burlap piece, and then I'd love to put kind of the lacy one on top. And I've got a cute little argyle one that'll go on top of it as well. So as you work up or down on the background, kind of lay out the design and the layers and everything that you want, and then set those aside. And then as you cut the width that you need, and then just set those aside and then start building on it and gluing them down. Now you can use hot glue, but we love our little Fabri-Tac from Beacon. This stuff is so great. It really helps make your projects even more perfect, because it's not only immediately tacky, which means it'll stick whatever you've got down, but it also allows you to move it. So if you need to adjust at all, this stuff works really well for that, which I love.
And you can also, if you're using fabrics or really thin fabrics, the Mod Podge works as well. So that's...
Oh, yes.
You could do Mod Podge, you could do Fabri-Tac, you can do hot glue, you can do kind of a combination of all three, which is what I'm doing. So
yeah. Even I think Elmer's glue would work for this project as well. It'd just take a little longer to dry. So whatever I love the fact that you can just use your craft stash for this project. Dig through whatever you have at home.
And if you don't have a huge craft stash, we have a link in the description for all of similar items on Amazon. So we have some different kind of shamrock ribbons. We have the little heart backdrop, like kind of everything you would need, but you could also get it on Amazon. So you can check out that link there as well.
Yeah, that's helpful, because sometimes Dollar Trees don't have all the same things. And you're running around trying to find what you need. We try to make it super easy, so you can just click on that link and get what you need and jump into the joy of crafting. All right. I'm going to add my lace on top. These are so fun, and I love how customizable they are. So you could do one that was all the same color green, or all the same color cream colors, or bold colors, or not so bold colors, right? You could pick something that matched your decor or party theme, which is great.
Yeah, and as you say, like, you can absolutely do more or less of the sort of holiday theme, and this obviously works for any holiday too. So yes, we're obviously doing it for St. Patrick's Day, but you could do this same idea for Easter as well, and do a bunch of pastels and things like that.
You can even do this for a birthday party, right? Wouldn't this be cute decor for a birthday? And definitely something a keepsake that they could have afterwards too, which is so nice.
Well, and I'm using like little scraps of fabric, but you could use, pieces of an old shirt or something like that if you wanted it to be a little, more of a keepsake type of item.
And that would be like you could do a memory.
Yep.
Kind of like a memorial kind of treatment as well, so that you've always got their shirts or blankets or quilt pieces on display. It's really fun. All right, so just keep adding those layers, working your way up or down. And again, I'm just layering some. So like this big burlap, you can see it's a nice wide burlap, and I'm putting a couple ribbons on top of it. So think about layers as you go.
So in here I've got all of my kind of big pieces, and now I'll start layering on top with some of the other ribbons.
I love the little doggy bones. That's adorable. We always have to have our pups in there somewhere when we can. One thing I will say about the larger heart, you're going to need obviously more materials, but you can also think about, you don't have to have them all be different. You can repeat them as well. So don't feel like you need to have 1,000 different ribbons or fabrics if you're doing a larger piece. it's fun to repeat patterns and colors just to give it a little more unity.
Yeah, and this is the sort of adding some of those little ribbons and things like that. Those are sort of your finishing touches, which are really fun. Like, it gives it that little bit of extra texture, that little bit of extra visual interest.
Exactly. And then I've got these little flowers with a green center. These are so cute. These little daisies. I'm adding those
adorable
on top of a ribbon too. So just think about there's just all kinds of trims that you can do, rickrack and other things to add interest and variety.
And there's no right or wrong. Like, it is all going to come together as you start to layer things on top. So
this would be fun to do for a craft party.
For sure.
With your girlfriends. So fun. All right. Let's have a few more. You've already filled yours out, is that right?
Well, I've still got all the ribbons.
Okay.
To lay on the layering ribbons.
The layer. Okay, perfect. Okay, I didn't know if I needed to catch up. I really love this, mixing checks with polka dots and stripes and floral elements. It's really fun to see all of these come together. One thing I will say is think about some ribbons are more transparent. And if that's the case, you might want to paint your background white before you start layering and adding them down. Most of mine are pretty opaque. So we just started attaching them, gluing them down directly onto the board.
And it'll also make a difference. Like my heart is a really light wood. So depending on what your backdrop is too.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. These are fun. I also have holes from where the hanger was on mine, but I'm covering those up with a more opaque ribbon, so I don't have to worry about filling them in or having them seen from the front. They won't show from the front. They'll just be a secret on the back nobody will know about. All right. Sweet. I think I'm pretty close to there. And then you're going to let this dry for a little bit, depending on how quick your glue dries. And then we're going to start trimming all the edges. I'll wait for a second for mine to dry a little bit more, but here we go. So you can see.
I love that. Yours has so many different,
it does.
Different types of ribbons. And it immediately, you want to kind of go investigate it and look through. Like, that is so fun.
Exactly. I love all the different textures and bits and pieces. And in fact, one of these is actually from, you were talking about using a headband or bandana or whatever. Like, this is from a shoelace I found. So like, you can grab all kinds of fun little pieces to add. As long as it's something that can go straight across, you're good to go. And I know I like blue, but I thought adding some of the lighter blue elements or kind of teal colors or blue-green colors would just add more variety to this as well. So whatever, originally I was thinking just greens and creams, so whichever way you go, it can kind of morph as you start to build it.
You could also do like orange and green. Like, you could really go really traditional and do some orange and green.
Love that idea. Love that idea. That is so cool. That's so cool.
So yeah, this one's nice because you can kind of make it as holiday specific or not as you want.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So then once everything is laid out where you like it, we're just going to trim off that excess. Now, I will say I started on the bottom earlier and got that done ahead of time because cutting this curve at the bottom of my heart is a little challenging. You need smaller scissors to get into that curve. So Hillary's heart shape is a lot easier. The one from Amazon, or I think even Dollar Tree has one that was similar.
Yep.
That's a much easier shape to cut. Now, obviously it's doable. I was able to do it. It looks fine. It just takes a little extra time. So that's why I got that done ahead of time. So you don't have to watch me try to trim all those little bits off. But think about that as you look to get a shape. A circle would be the easiest thing to cut out, or a kind of rectangular square backdrop would be easy too. But a shamrock would be fun, or of course we love the heart shape as well. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start trimming away. I don't know what it is about trimming these scraps, but the scrap pile just looks so fun to me when you're done. It's just so full of color and texture and everything else. It just looks fun. It's like confetti.
I probably need to give mine, if you've been around for
yes,
very long, you know, patience. That's not my strongest suit. So I'm going to try to refrain and just wait a second.
Wait a minute. Yep.
Yep.
Can you hold it up so we can see what you got? Oh, that is so cool. I love that. Oh, what fun. You really found some fun ones. I love the plaids. And did you trim those plaids down? That's fabric, right?
Yeah.
So you just trimmed it to size. Yeah, I love that.
You just
that was Dollar Tree?
That was Dollar Tree.
I got to go find that at Dollar Tree. Yeah. That is the coolest.
And it's like a fleece. So this would be perfect for Christmas time too. So
oh, no way. Okay,
it's a little thicker.
Yeah,
weight.
Yeah. Love that. It reminds me of a Scottish kilt or something, you know?
Yep.
Really cool. But I could totally see it at Christmas as well. That's fun. I didn't think about the green dog ribbon. I should have used that one on here too. That's a cute one with the dog bones. That's an Amazon ribbon. I love that one. We've used it a bunch in the past.
And it's really nice. It's a wired edge, so it comes in handy. Like it's an easy one to work with.
Right. And if you feel like you don't want the wired edges, you can pull those wires out as well. So if you have wired edge ribbons, feel free to take the wires out before you put them down. Those wires just pull right off the end. This is so fun. It's like it comes together because you're covering up the shape, and then as you're trimming it, like you get to see that shape come to life. It's really cool.
Yeah, you sort of get to reveal the shape again.
Yeah, exactly. It's really neat. It's good to have a sharp pair of scissors.
Yep.
For this. Just makes it easier. They don't have to be super sharp, but it does make the job a little easier.
I have a little smaller pair of scissors to kind of go around this top edge.
I just love this pile of goodness. It's so fun. It's just fun. It looks like party confetti or something. I don't know. It's just really I'm weird. What can I say? It just looks happy. All right. How cool is that? It's tactile. Like it's something you want to touch too, because there's just so much going on.
All that texture and everything.
Yeah. It's really fun. The same technique, we did something very similar for a Valentine's Day project. So if you really like doing something like this, it's so easy. You don't have to be a crafter to do this, right? You don't have to have any experience. You're just gluing strips of ribbons and fabrics down. and it ends up looking so amazing when you're done. If you love this idea, go back and look. Just a few weeks ago, we did something similar for Valentine's Day that turned out super cute as well. So you can see how the same idea can be done all year round, basically. Yep. Really cool. Oh, how cool. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So fun. Yeah. Really so cool.
And it's so fun to, as you say, like, especially when you have just the little, you know, it's not quite long enough piece of ribbon to use for, you know, a traditional craft or things like that.
Right.
But you could find a way to incorporate it into something like this. So all those little bits and bobs and scraps that you have left over, you can use them.
It almost reminds me of like a quilt too, because you know, quilts are made of all the scraps, right? The scrappy pieces of fabric. Well, we've got scraps of fabrics and ribbons going on, and lace and all kinds of fun things. All right, so then we're going to just add a little fun embellishment to it, and basically, what you're going to want to do is grab a stack of raffia, and then kind of put it in. You got it. In loops. It usually comes in kind of this loop, and I just grabbed a pile of it and then took a little piece of raffia and just tied it in the middle just to keep its shape. And this is going to be our bow.
And
this is the bow I'm using.
Was looking for my raffia, could not find it, and didn't feel like going back out again to try to find it. So I had all of these. If you've seen some of our previous crafts, a lot of times we'll take things from the Dollar Tree. It'll be like a string of beads or something like that. They'll have holiday beads, and they usually have this little end tassel on them.
Yes.
So I am just repurposing one of those little end tassels. Same idea.
What a great idea. Yeah. What a great idea. I'm not the only one that saves those tassels when we cut them off our projects. I thought I was the only crazy one. All right, so I'm going to take a ribbon. This actually happens to be a shoelace, but I'm going to take this and tie this just in the center, just to decorate kind of that midpoint, so you can see what Hillary's done with hers. I'm just going to tie this in the middle here. I love that idea, Hillary. You're so clever. What a fun idea.
Yeah, it's really fun to be able to get to use, like you say, like the end of those tassels. When am I going to use that? What am I going to use it for? And it's these little projects where you're kind of just bringing all these scraps and bits and bobs together.
And
it works perfectly.
So here we have our little ribbon. We've got a cute little ribbon tying it in the middle, and then we're just going to glue that down, and that's going to be our bow. You don't have to always make a true bow in order to create that same effect.
Yeah.
So, all right. This one, I think I'm going to use some hot glue to make sure that it stays.
And you can hot glue. So I have this one on here. My tails are kind of going everywhere at the moment. So I'll hot glue those down to where I want them as well.
Exactly.
Shorten them up just a smidge. These are so cute.
I love this. It's so fun. And this is a craft you could do in front of the TV, right? You don't have to measure anything real accurately. This is really just all about your imagination and creativity and what you have on hand. So I love that it sparks that kind of artistic piece of who you are. It's just a reflection of just a fun time with your craft stash. So super cute. And I did the same. I just glued my tops of my ribbons for the bow just in place. So it would.
That shoelace is so darn cute.
It's cute. Really fun. Oh, Hillary, that turned out perfect. That's so cute. I love it adds like to the rustic nature of this too. It adds another layer of texture and just whimsy. So it's really fun, kind of free-formed bow that gives you the idea that like anything goes. So we hope we've inspired you to get out there, have some fun today. If you want to hang this, you could put a sawtooth hanger on it, or you could attach a little ribbon and use it as a hanger. Or you can, depending on how stable your heart is. Mine's really pointy, but you could use this just to lean on a shelf.
Yeah, a little shelf sitter I could see.
Would be cute.
I'm gonna just add a little loop here in the back for the back of mine. So depending on the shape of your heart, like you could do all sorts of different things in order for hanging it. And they're nice and light, so you're not too worried about like a little bit of hot glue and a ribbon, and it'll stay together just fine.
Yeah, so. Exactly. But isn't this just the sweetest little holiday St. Patrick's Day celebration? And you could leave this up longer, depending on how many shamrocks are on your piece. But yeah, this is really a fun one. And again, I just love the creativity aspect of it, that really anything goes. So thank you everybody for being with us today. If you give this a try, please take a picture and tag us at Hound Hunger DIY. We would love to see your creations. Yeah, and if you're looking for some more St. Patrick's Day crafts, definitely check out our past library. We have some dog bandanas. One of my absolute favorite dog bandana designs that we've ever done has a little leprechaun on it. So if you're looking for St. Patrick's Day things in particular, check out our past library for the St. Patrick's stuff, because we have some really, really cute ones in there as well. Yeah, we do, for sure. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. We hope we've inspired you to get out and have some fun this weekend. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye.